The thing is that by that time, 2050, we don't know, but we imagine that the cities will not look the way they look now. They will look differently, and the question is, do we intend to produce and consume in the same way as we do now, in the conventional way, or do we have to have some changes according to this thing? Producing plant-based food for the urban canvas. There exist already now some alternatives, and let me introduce to you some of those. It is something which is called urban gardening. You have heard about this, definitely. Guerrilla gardening, backyards and rooftop gardening. And it can happen on 3 different levels, on the private, collective and municipal level. We would like of course, not going towards the red lines over there, but we would like to move from recycling up to the reuse by increasing the lifespan of building material, PVC building material, prior to recycle. How to do that? So if you look at the picture, which looks something like this, then you should imagine that PVC building material could actually be collected and sorted. And this is the first step towards looking at these types of the materials, the typical PVC products that you can find in the waste stream. We can look at the corrugated drainage pipe and plumbing pipe, gutter, electric cable cover, roofing sheet. The characteristic traits of all those materials is, as you know much better than I do, it's that the material is light, robust, and durable. It is weatherproof and water-friendly, which is very important for this particular project. It's affordable, easy accessible, and finally easy to handle and maintain. So let's just look at the suggestions which we come with, what you could do actually with this and how you can apply the materials to the urban gardening. If you, for instance, take a corrugated drainage pipe and an electric cable, put them together. So you're looking at the physical properties of the corrugated drainage pipe, and you're kind of stretching the material using its physical laws. Making some holes into it, planting your seeds not into soil as you're used to probably, you've heard that people are used to do, but planting it into a recycled material like coconut fiber, which is called coax, or something like this. Next to this structure, you would have a reservoir with water and some nutrients to it. Then you could actually get a system which is running as a hydroponic system with a reused PVC material. So what you have a pump working every 3rd hour, because the plants have to, of course, to get their water and their nutrition, and that's actually that. That's it. If we take another example into consideration is the plumbing pipe, and again, you're having the pipe where you are inserting some holes. You have cables on both sides, which is stabilizing structure. The plumbing pipes are set in a certain angle, tilted, so that the water could run down and use the natural law of gravity. So you have the water pumped up, going down into the reservoir with the rest of the water again, and it happens every 3rd hour, like that. So what you could do from here, you can even go one step further to the way of sustainability. You could start harvesting the rainwater. This would be the first step, or the second step, the third, as you like. Or you can go even further and start installing some solar panels on the top of your container and start collecting the solar energy, being totally independent on the electric supply. So you can see it's a very easy way to go sustainable with the reuse of a waste material. The implementation could happen again in these 3 levels, as I have told you previously. The individual level is immediate. You could do it today or tomorrow, on your balconies, in your kitchens, in the stairways, on the fire stairs. it all depends on where you live and how you live. The next example is a little bit more complex. It's a part of my master thesis, the one Ko was presenting previously. It's a project which I would imagine I would like to see in the future, and it demands some political will and it demands some shift in the mindset. But what it does, basically it's an intensive farm which is working 365, 24/7. It's producing food all the time, and I'm talking about plant-based food. The project is called an incubator for a sustainable vegetarian lifestyle. That's the key point. It's functioning with the harvest and rainwater and integrated PV cells. Who doesn't know what PV cells is? It's a photovoltaic cells which are integrated into a ETFE pillows. Not to overcomplicate, but this is how it works. Inside, you will see the hydroponic system, as you have seen it previously, using the PVC waste material and LED grow light. Probably you would like to ask me why why the magenta color of this tower. It's exactly because of the LED lights. Plants love the light in red and blue or white and red spectra. They grow 40% quicker with this condition. That's why. I would be allowed to come up with some data and facts. If you imagine a box or an area of 3 times 3 times 3 meters in all directions, this kind of a space can produce, with those conditions, can produce food enough for 3 people. It means that about 10 kilo of food will be produced per day in this area. And it will be 25 times, it will use 25 times less water, and it will be 40% more efficient than the conventional way of producing. This is how the tower would look inside. In the production area, you will have the system of all those PVC waste material integrated into it, and you will have the light, and you will have the loop system for the water. And this is how I see the future, or one of the examples of the future. What we together are interested in particularly in this project, is the present and how we can go a step further. So we would imagine that these types of all those examples you have seen presented previously, they could be already now or tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, integrated into a collective use in the backyards, in the inner yards, in the pavements, in all those spaces we architects like to call in-between spaces. So it will support the unity and fellowship of the people living in this kind of areas, right? So this would demand something. And the main thing it will demand is a partnership. The partnership, you were already talking about this previously, the partnership between the authorities, waste management department, housing associations, local volunteers and enthusiasts, designers and architects, and of course local PVC industries. So what we offer right now with this particular project is a smarter reuse of PVC building waste material. It's the project which utilizes PVC technical advantages in a new and innovative way. It improves the existing options for urban agriculture, as the PVC material is much more suitable for being in contact with water and for going into the urban agriculture. And it saves space, it saves resources, transportation, because the cities will all of a sudden become self-sufficient. This is my objective with the project. So that the system will allow cities and population grow independently on any other supply.